Hi guys, Looney Tunes 9000, bringing you another video, starting a tribute series. This time, I'm kicking the tribute series off, and I'm going to tribute to Elizabeth Taylor because she died this week. Yes, she sadly passed away at the age of, I guess it was 90, in her 90s or something. In her 90s. Because she was born in 1932, February 27th. Sorry, she died May 23rd, 2011. She died at age 79. I'm wrong. So she died this week. She died like a few days. She died just 3 days ago. So, but she was born in Hampstead Garden Circuit, London, England, on February 27, 1932. And as you know, she was a film star during the Hollywood Golden Age era. And the American Film Institute named Taylor 7th on its Female Legends list. Taylor was a two-time winner of the Academy Award for the Best Actress and is considered one of the great screen actresses of Hollywood's Golden Age. She was also a child actress. She played Scarlett's Child in Gone with the Wind. Gone with the Wind is the best film, along with The Wizard of Oz from MGM and Walt Disney's Snow White, Seven Dwarfs is 1937. But really the best one is Gone with the Wind. So it's also shown on Turner Classic Movies. As you'll know, Gone with the Wind is famous for the Rhett walking out the door, scene where Rhett walks out the door planning to return to his hometown of Charleston. But Scarlett O'Hara is pleading, and she pleads, "Rhett, if you go, where shall I go? What shall I do?" Rhett, as he famously answers, "Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn." Sorry for the language, but it is a famous quote from that movie. And he walks away into the fog, and she sits on the stairs and weeps in despair. And Rhett Butler was played by Clark Gable. But back to Elizabeth Taylor, as I'm doing the tribute series. Now, in her childhood films, Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer also became interested in Taylor, and MGM head Louis B. Mayer reportedly told his producer to sign her up, what are you waiting for? As a result, she had both Universal and MGM, which also Universal was interested in Elizabeth Taylor. She both worked for MGM and Universal under her contract when she was a child. Universal learned that MGM was equally interested. However, telephone Universal from New York. Sign her up, he ordered. Don't even wait for the screen test. Universal gave her a 7-year contract. Taylor's first motion picture at the age of 9 was in 1942. During the World War II years, there is one born every minute. Her only film from Universal. After less than a year, however, the studio filed Taylor for unknown reasons. Well, let me say that, Sarah. Let me give one person. Why would you find her in 1942? But anyways, that's kind of sad, but we don't know why. Anyway, moving on. But Elizabeth Taylor played Gloria Twine in 1942's There's One Born Every Minute. It was a comedy film. Then Taylor signed with MGM because the people had to be nice to her when she went to audition. MGM then cast Taylor the next year in 1943 in Lassie Come Home. That's also part of the Lassie series. The series, which all of those Lassie films were in Technicolor. Elizabeth Taylor played Priscilla, a young girl sent to Lassie's plight and the Duke of Rutland's granddaughter. And I do think that she did good as Priscilla, so I do give credit to Elizabeth Taylor as the child Priscilla. And excuse me. Under her new contract was a loan out to 20th Century Fox. This was under her new contract at MGM because Taylor signed that contract to $100 a week, and it reached to $750 a week during 7 years. Her next film at 20th Century Fox was Jane R.I.P. in 1944. Elizabeth Taylor was uncredited, but she played Helen Burns. The movie was released on February 3rd, 1944. But she could have been credited, but oh well. And then she goes back to MGM for her next film in 1944, The White Quiver, and in this film, Elizabeth Taylor does play. And we do not know who Elizabeth Taylor. I don't know who Elizabeth Taylor plays, so nobody knows who Elizabeth Taylor plays. But it was released on home video by MGM UA home video back in the 80s. Remember that? MGM UA home video? You were born in the 80s and 90s, you should remember MGM UA home video. But when the home video was released, it was released in gorgeous black and white, originally, as it was originally in black and white. But Taylor's persistence in seeking the role of Velvet Brown at MGM's National Velvet that made her a star in the age of 12. Taylor's character is a young girl who trains to her beloved horse to win the Grand National. National Velvet, who starred fellow young actor Mickey Rooney, and English newcomer Angela Lansbury. Then on to 1946. She starred in another Lassie film, which is the final Lassie film. Elizabeth Taylor's Courage Lassie stars Elizabeth Taylor as Cappy Merrick. This time she was Cappy Merrick, a young girl living on a sheep ranch. And this was released on home video from MGM UA back in the 1990s. Part of the MGM UA Family Treasures and under the Lassie collection. And then she starred in the Warner Brothers film, which Warner Brothers did, which Warner Brothers loaned Taylor from MGM. She starred in Warner Brothers' Life of Father from 1947. It tells the true story of a stockbroker who wants to be master of the house. Elizabeth Taylor is a punible teenage girl who declares his own son becomes infatuated along with Ed Gum, Sassy Pitts, and Jimmy London, and the name of her character was Mary Skinner in that film. And then a date with Judy in her next film in 1948 was The Date with Judy from MGM. She played Carol Pringle. Then she goes right into adult life, unlike some other child actors. She went into 1949, and then she became an adult. And then she becomes 16. She was on a Time cover article in 1949 called A Jewel Gardener. And a great press and a true... Alright. Okay, next. Her next film was 1950's The Big Hangover. Both a critical and box office fail that paired her with screen idol Van Johnson. Her next film was also 1950's Father of the Bride, which then became a remake. Which then became a remake in the 90s. Father of the Bride Part 1 and Father of the Bride Part 2 from 20th Century Fox, which starred Steve Martin and Diane Keaton. But the original one starred Elizabeth Taylor as... well, we don't know Elizabeth Taylor as Kay. And next one, the Father's Little Divided, 1951. She played Kay Dustan. In late 1949, George Stevens began filming A Place in the Sun, which is from Paramount. Elizabeth Taylor starred as Angela Vickers. We'll go along since I'm running out of time. Better Crossing and I'll Cry Tomorrow. For her next films, MGM continued to restrict her in mindless and somewhat forgettable films. As a cameo of herself in Calloway Went It That Way in 1951, Love Is Better Than Ever in 1952, Ivanhoe in 1952, and The Girl for Everything in 1953, and The Big Room in 1954. She wanted to play the role of Lady Rona in Ivanhoe, but the part was given it to Joe Fontaine. But Taylor has been forced by her pregnancy to turn down Elephant Walk in 1954, and that role went to someone else. And her next screen was in 1954 called Rhapsody. Then she went on to star in 1955 she went on to star in another film, but she starred in Cat on a Hot Tin Roof. 1958, Butterfield 8, and Cleopatra from 20th Century Fox. The Senate, Who's Ready, Virginia Woolf in 1966, The VIPs in 63, Sandpiper from 65, Taming at the Shrew in 1967, and everything that stars Elizabeth Taylor you can imagine. Then she went out to the 80s, passing the 70s. Her last theatrical film was 1994's The Flintstones from Universal. She played an agent in the TV film These Old Bras from 2001. In 2003, Taylor declined to attend the 75th Academy Awards. But then she died this week at age 79. With that, she'll be truly missed. And that will be it. Tributes this week. For my good tribute this week. Check out my next video. Till then, I'm signing off. This is just stuff.